I have been trying to go live and upload stuff for a while now. This is really crazy today. Someone has had control of the internet, and every time I tried to upload my footage, they would just shut me. Every time I tried to go live, they would shut me down. And every time I've tried to upload my footage, I've still got stuff buffing right now that I tried to upload. Good day, beloved. Hi, Ingram. Today is crazy, crazy, crazy. Earlier I was trying to upload some footage of some helicopters that were just circling the house, like little old me, right? Why would helicopters circle the house? So I'm on the porch crocheting, and I noticed this helicopter was hovering. And I'm like, is that helicopter actually hovering? Nah. So I go back to my crocheting, and like a bumblebee, it was kind of just like, you could hear it, and it wasn't proceeding. It was there, and it was, adjacent to me, and it was just like it was looking at me, and I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I hear it go away. Then I heard the noise again. I decided to grab my phone so that I could so I could show someone else this mess was actually happening. So when I grabbed the phone, the hovering didn't happen as much, but they did circle the house a few times, and you could tell that it was odd. Also, there was some stuff going on. Like a lot of the gang stalking stuff, I don't really share. I just go through it because there's nothing anybody can do about it. Nor when I ask for help, nobody is doing anything about it. So, if I die, if I survive, whatever, I'm just here. So it's basically me and the Creator. It's me and God duking this part out, dealing with the gang stalkers and the abuse that I've been going through. Like, the amount of abuse that I've been going through is just crazy. Like, there's no privacy as far as being a woman, and having people constantly watching you. I think that it would make any woman unsettled and ready to lose her mind,
Yeah, look at them real good. That's all you do. FaceTime people. I don't even FaceTime. That I gotta support you, right? While you FaceTime the internet.
So
right?
I'm dealing with a love bite relationship, gang stalkers, the military, and their helicopters and dumb stuff that they do. And I've been getting gaslighted ever since I tried to upload that footage. And like the patterns, because I know them now, is real crazy. It feels staged. Even though that just happened, it feels very staged. And more so that it's there to throw me off and make me feel uncomfortable, so that I'm not focused on the truth, which is that this whole thing is just, I don't know, I'm living in a section where, like, it just feels like a stage. Like, they know stuff that I don't know, and they're in cahoots with each other, and I'm here, and I feel very much like a zoo animal. Like I came from somewhere else, and I've been placed in a structured environment, So today I'm talking about the gang stalking. I was finally able to get online. I wasn't able to get online before. I kept getting shut. I mean, as soon as I pushed the live button, they would shut the feed off. And I tried to upload that footage with the helicopters, and they just kept shutting it down. And that's the military, okay? So we're at Halloween time, and the spiritual veil is very thin, and All Hallows Eve is coming up, the day before Halloween. And this whole month, you got that feeling that the veil is very thin right now in regards to spirit. So anyway, I was walking down the street and I saw this cat, and I took a picture of it. It's like one time I saw a cat on a bush. There was a black cat on a hedge, and it was so interesting and beautiful that I caught that moment in my mind, but I didn't grab my camera fast enough to take a picture of this cat. So the next time I went for a walk, I saw this cat, and it was sitting on a fence. So I got that one. Yay me. So I took that picture and I put it, that's the picture that's behind my head, on Facebook. Yay me, right? Now the gang stalkers, they look at my Facebook too. It's psychological warfare. It's a spiritual warfare. So, excuse me. I also uploaded some stuff that's going on around my neighborhood where, you know, one of the neighbors put up a cat. She also has a straw man, and the straw man is a woman. There's also like this thing where the straw man is like a mural. And in my bedroom, there is a mirror, an old mirror that I have, an old dresser, or there is a mural. And I always feel like, because I'm going through the gang stalking, that I'm being watched in my house, but especially in my bedroom. So like, for years now, I haven't felt like I had any privacy. Every time I get dressed, take off my clothes, bathe, take my wig off, put my makeup on, I feel like, and I know that I'm being watched, and I feel like I'm being watched through this mirror. So I found it really interesting that when I walked past my neighbor's house, not only did they have the cat, but they had a straw man, and it looks like, you know, the mural, it looks like a little mural chest, very cartoonish. And so I know that it's Halloween time, but when you have people mocking you and doing street performances and gang stalking, it takes a lot to keep your sanity, because you can't trust anybody. Who are you going to trust? Who is who? You know? The amount of time that it takes for me to balance myself, a lot of time is interfered with by little petty stuff. You know? So it takes a lot of meditation to be able to deal with this amount of interference. I get angry. And I just don't want to fight all that. So a lot of times I'm not trying to fight the uploading. I'm not trying to fight all that. So I would just rather not do it. And I believe that if our higher power, if our creator wants me to go online, I'll make it online. Like I made it online. I mean, I kept trying, but a lot of times I don't really want to go through that as much anymore. Especially because I don't get any support as far as donations and stuff like that. When my equipment is breaking down because they bug me, when my spirit feels broken, like there's no way, I'm not getting any residual yet from the work that I'm putting in. I've made videos and shared a lot of the research and stuff that I do to inform, the public, to inform my people. I love my people. And we're dying, and this thing is so surreal. It's so crazy. Unless you're already in it and you're studying, you would have never thought that this crazy stuff is going on. That this crazy stuff is going on in the world. But it is. So if this is you when you're going through all this crazy stuff too, much love to you and yours. I wish you well, because I know you're going through some really serious stuff. And it seems like you're dreaming, but you're not. You're awake, and the people around you are truly tripping. Best thing you can do is hold on to the Creator, because that's the only thing that's solid, is your relationship you have with Jah. So I found it really interesting that my neighbor had these items, these symbolic items on her front lawn, on their front lawn, husband and wife couple. And I always found, and I know that this sounds wild, you know, but it's kind of like Mandela when he was surrounded. It's a technique they do in regards to magic to suppress you, is to surround you. This building back, I've had issues with. They paved the pavement in the back. They put a new pavement back there, and the company was called the Purple Pavement Co., which I thought was really wild, because the previous year through there is flowers, and when the summer comes, those turn purple. And so I had posted on my Facebook something about you know, the purple pavement, you know, the way is paved with purple, meaning the royal bloodline, and how the energies, you know, the spiritual energies were working, and how it's like now you don't see anything, but then this whole walkway is just full of purple flowers, and how that was reminded me of, you know, how how our Creator paves the way for us. And so I had that up there, and then in back of me, the truck was the purple pavement. Now they got an unlimited budget. They play a lot of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's trucks and stuff that I see that have quotes on it from things that I posted or said. It's really crazy. They got plenty of money and time to mess with your head. Now I explained to you this neighbor, with the dog crapping in the backyard and cutting down the hedge and all that kind of stuff. You know, so they get you in a situation where you're always complaining. And if you're always complaining, that's very aversive to any kind of business or any kind of organization that you're trying to build. So when we're trying to get together, and I don't have my stuff together legitimately because there's people messing with me, and I find myself all alone, then that would be aversive to anyone who wanted to support me, and which is what I've been getting. So I was sitting right there on the front porch crocheting. That's what I was talking about. I was posting pictures of that. See the cat and the straw man there? And the neighbor was sitting in the car right there, and every time I pressed the live button, it would just click off. I was so mad to the point where I stuck my middle finger up. And the plane was right there, just hovering, hovering, hovering. And they kept circling the house, you know? And so I taped it to post it, because I was like, there is so much going on that I'm not informing people that I'm going through. A lot of times because I feel like they just don't care, like you're on your own. Ain't that cute? You know, that's not my ball, okay? Nobody wants to just leave their ball there, but just do it is like a top of the line slogan right now, you know? I think I've heard the Jewish people use that a lot. Just do it, just do it. You know, that's money, you know? Okay, so that's the kind of stuff that be going on. So just like the cat is on the lawn, when I had posted the purple pavement thing, and the purple pavement place showed up over there across the way. There also, I believe that in the government stalking program, they do use ex-cons. They use people who are going to get in trouble. You know, they give them a deal or whatever. So you have the military, the police, and organized crime. I mean, that is basically organized crime beyond the veil. I mean, we'd like to think that they're good little boys and girls and that they follow the law. But to every good energy, there's an opposing one, and that one has really been exploited, especially since their original system is one of exploitation when it comes to the straw man and people's rights and legalese twisting words and twisting people's interpretations of what they're entitled to and who they are. So, as I share my journey and my spiritual experiences, my physical experiences, you know, and share any intellectual pursuits that I have with you, these people bug my devices and break them up. They cause distractions to scatter me. They make it so difficult for me to share with you. And then when I do share, the other dynamic is my worth to the community that I'm sharing with. And do they understand how difficult it is to keep a working laptop when they keep throwing things at you to break these things up? Now, what I do because I'm appointed to. I do because I love helping. I do because I get so full of information that our ancestors demand that I share like a residual of what I'm learning. And there's a balance that's supposed to be happening between spirit and people, and spirit and its people. You know what I'm saying? Like, the information is how we get the new things in our community. The talents and abilities are given via our creator from light source energy. So I take this light source energy that I'm giving because of my design, and I break it down and I do my studying, and then I organize it in a way that's creative, where I feel like the people that are on my wavelength will be able to receive it. Kind of like a mama bird breaks down the food and then gives it. So I have a lot of different sources that I absorb information from, and I enjoy sharing. And while I'm working on doing that, there's a whole nother force trying to make sure that I don't. Trying to make sure that, trying to harden my heart and confuse my mind. They use voice to skull technology in the gang stalking program, so they can put voices in your head to distract you. Wow. Many times what they'll do is use voices that are adversive to lower your frequency, like they'll call you whores and niggers and useless, and let you know that you're on your own, that nobody cares, and they'll put those voices on you so that you're actually hearing them. And while that's going on, you're dealing with the other things that are staged in your life. That's something I was thinking about while all this was going on. Just how surreal and insane it is to watch so many people willing to cooperate with something so detrimental to others. It's very sad. They have the children doing it too, so it's a family thing now, like a family sport to go gang stalk other people. And we tell ourselves what we want to. I told myself once when I was buying a toy for my dog that the color of the toy, he was going to love it. There's Benjamin, by the way, in between the rose hips and this bush under that rock right there. Yeah, I believe they also killed my dog. That is one of the things that they do in gang stalking program. A lot of people's pets were killed. They were given cancer. Some other kind of weird crap has happened. So I'm at the store and I bought my dog this toy. It was really colorful. And I thought my dog was going to love this color. Some yellow monkey thingy. And then I realized from my research that dogs don't even freaking see color. That was for me. Yep, that was for me. So a lot of times we tell ourselves that what we're doing is for someone else, but it's actually something that we're doing for ourselves. Like they really get off on it and enjoy. What? The same people I was talking to, Ken. Really? I didn't cut it off, Ken. This is my husband, Ken. Gaslighter and cooperative. I keep trying to ignore my life, like certain things are not happening. Oh, you realize that, huh? So, they would like you to be embarrassed and isolated. And it's very difficult to explain the many different dynamics that are happening in my life to other people. This is so crazy.
Why you hit the button, man? Huh?
I wanted to make sure you had your, your whole thingy
Yeah.
there.
Right. You want to put me on you?
Excuse me?
You want to put me on?
You are on already.
I am on.
Yes.
What you want to talk about?
I actually was talking about gang stalking.
But there's no such thing as gang stalking. That's a Europeanized system to have the black person in captivity like you. All you talk about is gang stalking. Let's talk about gang stalking while I'm online. Where did it come from?
Gang stalking, like you said, it came from Europeans.
Okay.
Okay.
So why should we entertain their thoughts? We're already in enough oppression already.
It's what they do is they put people in your life to distract you from what it is that you're doing. They lower your frequency. If you're on a low frequency, it's very difficult to catch the higher frequencies where you're getting the information from. And that information is very needed right now with what we're going through.
What are we going through?
We're going through a change of times right now, Ken. People are becoming enlightened and they're receiving information or getting back in touch with their other selves, like the ancestral spirits. Some people can hear our ancestors. Some people can actually commune with the creator, with the planet. They're getting to know themselves better. Okay?
It has been proven, though. That's a theory once again.
It has been proven.
Let's just put that.
Sure.
What's happening is a system of more or less people who are in the inner cities. I would say ghetto, because I always pretend to talk about my people and less than anybody else's. It might go for gang stalking amongst them, but for amongst us, gang stalking means nothing to us because we're already oppressed by them. So if we go on there, enlightenment of what? What we need to stop doing is lying. We need to stop.
This part is funny, with the acting.
See, we don't want.
So is this the chip or what?
When we look at the frequency, as soon as we say lying, that the frequency gonna go bananas. As soon as you say one of the biggest thing, the problem is sexual misconduct, the frequency gonna go bananas. So if one is in tune with self and self-awareness of what they're doing, then we don't have to worry about gang stuff because it doesn't apply to us.
Yes, it does. They want us to feel like it doesn't apply to us, but they're actually policing us, Ken, so that we don't evolve. Black folks, melanated folks, are supposed to be the children, the toddlers of society indefinitely.
Prove it, because the black folks that we see now is dealing with self-hate. How can we show improvement?
That's by design. If you look at the media, if you look at what we've been being fed intellectually, this is the kind of stuff that I'm teaching. The kind of stuff that other people are teaching that are being attacked too.
We should be teaching about families and moral conduct.
Exactly. But the kind of things that we're sucking in, if you are subjugated to water, if your body is over 70% water, right? And you're subjected to the environment and the environment is sick, then that means that you would be sick too, doesn't it?
No, the sickness that I think, I wouldn't agree with that.
We're talking about the same thing in a different capacity.
You asked me a question. The sickness that we're dealing with is a system that's been put into our mind, into our psyche. Internet for worse. Most people nowadays are getting all their information, their life off of the internet. We are no longer in conscious contact with whatever has put us here. People now are responding to different messages.
I am.
Through sorcery, witchery, and a host of other things.
Is organized crime a form of witchery and sorcery, like gang stalking? Okay.
All sorcery and trickery goes into the same thing. This is why, as a person who have to have moral conduct, civil conduct, ceremony conduct, I think is necessary. When we instill anything that they gave us, it should be good. You always say gang stalking. How long? If it's gang stalking, what could be done about it?
Read this book called Soul Catcher. See, the thing is that I can't talk to you, which lets me know to be aware of that. This has been going on for years. I haven't been able to go to my own so-called spouse to be able to get comfort or protection or understanding or nothing in regards to this. Okay, so that's part of the gaslighting that goes on with love bite situations. You know, I can't pretend to be something that I'm not. I'm definitely not crazy, but I definitely am being gang stalked. And what gang stalking is an organized crime where the people around you pretend to be something that they're not. A lot of times you'll be looking for a support and the kind of subject matter that we're talking about, and you'll gravitate towards other people to get that support, and then find out that that's a plant from somebody who got in trouble with the police, and for whatever reason, you know, they give them a little brownie points or whatever just to mess with you. I mean, it's like they want intel.
You are gang to the point where you at right now, because if they want gang stalk for what? If you say an individual gang stalk, not a millionaire.
I'm not a millionaire. Yeah, I watch. Wait 1 second. I'm not a millionaire. That's a great point. One of the aspects of gang stalking is many of the ideas that I come across with and I share on the internet, I see float by me in somebody else's freaking pocket. People that are suppressing me are in my area buy time for those other people who are organized and have money that are corporate, because you have to remember that the Catholic Church and the police, you know, the Vatican and stuff, they're wrapped up in it. So they're going and they're policing my ideas, mining and harvesting things that I study, that I am genetically designed to have, and then taking off with it and making their money. So yeah, you're right. I'm not a millionaire. Continue.
So, but when you say gang stalk,
I should have been multi-millionaire.
Gang stalk poor people unless they gang stalk.
That's a lie.
People. Can I finish?
Yeah.
The only gang stalk minorities or poor people. One, if you're in some kind of hostile group, you understand what I'm saying? An individual thought, and you don't have a group.
Those with the X gene is considered a hostile group.
And once again, if you are a housewife, single mother, or whatever, there's no need to gang. So they only gang.
That is a lie. I have the X gene. I have missing time. They have taken me in my life. I had a chip in me. You are a gaslighter and a gang stalker yourself. You changed after you got in trouble. Yeah, I'm just being honest. And my honesty is that you keep threatening me with hospitalization from being honest. When I'm honest, like I am right now, I'd be threatened. Well, maybe we should take you in the hospital, little lady.
Absolutely. You know why? Because when you talk about a household that's being affected, you understand what I'm saying? You start affecting people and you don't realize it. You're in the room with the pink elephant.
Indeed.
And so you say,
the pink elephant.
Now, I'm gang stalking you. Now, listen, audience. I'm a husband, but I'm gang stalking. For what avail does it do? If I want to gang stalking, you have a long list of mental health issues. So all I have to do is call them and say, listen, my wife is going through some things. And as soon as they hear what you're saying, they're going to say, okay, let's do this. You're going to say no, get upset, get back. Then they're headed to sedate you. Instead of saying,
that already happened to me in my life. I'm not really trying to go through.
15 years, though.
Wow, right? So I need to check, right? They need to tighten up those chips and stuff, right? And ish. They've been itching bad to tighten up them chips too.
But what you believe, guess what? That's what you believe. It's like the white people believe that what they believe, and black people believe what they believe. You understand what I'm saying? But when you get the mindset of them and don't have your own black mind, that's a problem. If they just gang stuff you, no weapon formed against you shall prosper.
Right.
If you're walking with the Most High, people do it. What can I do? The only thing now that seems to be that I can't go like today. We supposed to do something, right? You said I'm gang stalking. What the hell are you talking?
You told me that I'll see you in an hour. Okay. I sat on the porch to crochet, and I saw a helicopter, and then all of a sudden you popped up.
What that mean?
That was 10 minutes, 15 minutes after I talked to you.
That's life. Though.
What happened to the hour? And then you've been tripping ever since, like you got some chip or some kind of malfunction in your freaking brain.
Yeah, you.
Really now?
Right.
Me sitting at home minding my business is your malfunction?
No. The infidelity that I deal with. I'm at home.
Ooh.
Physical infidelity I'm talking about. Mental is when you bounced out. Like the other night, you left out at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. To be honest, these are things I've been doing for the last 10 years. For the last 10 to 15 years, I've been doing you exclusively
I
on
get
internet.
tired of dealing with your personality type.
Absolutely. Well, we're talking about why the game started. You be on internet. You take the internet as your doctor. It gives you your information. That's not. We are human beings. We're supposed to be dealing with each other, right in each other's face. So when you say me, well, we're gonna check out me. But I'm a man, and when my woman is not adhering to what I'm doing, yes, it's gonna weaken me. Of course, it got my psyche. We're supposed to come over to shopping, but because you said the helicopter, I came in.
My phone disappeared.
Change my so we can get food in the house.
I had to stop what I was doing. My phone disappeared, and you were yelling, and it was not a good time for me to go out of the house.
So let's talk live.
This phone I have in my hand disappeared. I had it in my hand when you showed up. You saw me with it.
What is it though?
That was not even part of the question. Was whose fault is it? I'm just explaining what was happening. Hi, sweet pea.
You're not making Regina. You play that back.
Yes, honey.
You play that back, and your whole premises for our relationship in the last 10 years has been internet, to the point you done ran over.
Hi, sweet pea. Daddy's tripping.
No, I'm not sure. She said I gang stalked her. So we're trying to get this whole gang stalking, and then what happens is we talk about truth. And she said gang stalk. I'm like, what gang stalk come from?
Well, love bites are actually a part of the gang stalking program. It's in a whole nother aspect.
Okay.
So you don't have to actually follow me and do the other stuff, although you do those kind of things too.
What?
We have a pattern.
Because you cheat on me, that's why.
That's a lie.
That's not true at all.
That's a bold-faced fucking lie. Excuse me.
So you didn't leave out of the night and go to some man's house and spend the night there? Yes or no?
I left out the house and went over a friend's house.
2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
And you went to a man's house.
Hi, sweet pea.
Right.
No, the front door's open, honey. Sorry.
We're here.
I left my key upstairs.
What's going on is relationship. Your psyche is in a place where it don't need to be. So yes, I can't let them get real. I can't hold no job because my psyche is with my wife who cheats on me. Now, cheating don't necessarily have to be physical, although I'm thinking physical, but we know it's mental. The mental part is stronger.
Yo,
So
for those of y'all who've been in my inbox, you know, you already know, he's freaking crazy. I'm not even trying to hear nothing like that,
I know.
but that's what I deal with. So,
Right.
and it's embarrassing.
Embarrassing to what? I'm
But
a man
hey,
who works master level and
that doesn't want to leave the house because you think I'm dropping my panties every time I leave your site.
Not at all, fam. Not at all.
So weird.
Because we know, like I said, it's not physical, it's mental. If you look on her inbox, she has on her Facebook, she's separated. Right. So
We
you
are
don't have to
separated.
Physically, you don't have to do anything because we know everything's on a mental aspect and a mental plane. Like she's saying, gang stalking. Like for real, black people. Why black people know about gang stalking unless you own millions of dollars of property? You can hurt them. The reason why they say gang stalking is because people have been gang stalked for many different reasons, but not in Regina's case.
Yo, you guys really need to take these lessons. This is the kind of stuff, if you're a person like me, take notes because it gets really, really crazy.
You know what, fam?
You have to
I
know
say
what you're
fam,
looking
but
at.
family, You know what I say? People are really lost on the internet. Think about it. If you spending and catching feelings on the internet, yeah, something is totally wrong. I'm talking about falling in love, meeting people, don't know. Yes, it is a time, informational time, but not to that point. We at the threshold at the end of our relationship at the 27 years. It's about to be a wrap for many, many different reasons. Medically, I'm going through. I have no support medically. I have a little things that come roll the feet. I'm talking about the emotional entanglement that I have to go through.
You have to give in order to receive. And if you're not giving anything emotionally, right, then how can you receive anything emotionally? Because the thing that you're pulling from will be tapped out if you keep taking and you don't give. And so I believe that men, not all men, but there's a certain type of man that has been taught that they can take from women as long as they give money, but emotionally they don't have to put back in. They're not responsible or accountable for what they do emotionally, okay? As long as they're paying physically. And that doesn't work like that.
anybody know of right mind, the physical aspect of paying bills doesn't go. It's a physical, mental, spiritual aspect that we go through. First of all, we know, when I asked you a long time, I said, do women lie? You was like, yeah. I said, do you? You said, yes. Most of our relationship, for the most part, are you're trying to find emotional comfort somewhere else. You found it on the internet because people don't know you. They don't know me.
Ken, people don't even know that I'm going through the kind of stuff that I'm going through. I keep it to myself. I stay to myself. I'm isolated. I'm a loner.
You're not
And
isolated. That's not true. That's isolated is what? Did you go out today? You're not isolated at all. Do you go to the
I
AA
went to
meeting?
the unemployment office.
Okay, but that's not isolation.
I get gang stalked at the AA meetings.
At the what?
You have a fit every time I leave the freaking house. You don't even want to go to work because you think that something's happening when you leave the house.
Really?
Yes.
No, I don't have
Didn't
to
you
think.
just say that you had a hard time? Because we're back
I don't
to
have
that.
to think. No, I can't work emotionally because I have a woman that is looking for a way out. Instead of saying, you
Right.
know what, I'm gonna disappear, then just disappear and never to be seen again. You know, don't play the game. If I don't get my way, I'm gonna do this, and if I do this, contribute. Not necessarily contribute. But the house is a freaking ramshack for the last, I don't know how long. You understand what I'm saying? Emotionally, we go through what we go through, and there's no accountability. Take it with you. If you want to take it and walk through your house, and look, if I'm working, the house supposed to be somewhat immaculate. Now, when I fall off, I fall off. Do I want? I probably have to start all over again because I have a wife who I said, well, honey, let's sit down and call the truce. You say no. I'm not talking about this year. I'm talking about last year to call the truce. I think with you just want to be free. There's nothing wrong with that. Then be free. We have an 18-year-old daughter in there we have to do. I know as a man, I can only take it so much before I get broken down emotionally on the job. Then when you come home, if home ain't straight, you're really in a pickle. You understand what I'm saying? They're just talking about support. And
Your home should be that place where you find your comfort and you get all the things that you need.
You should be. But most likely in the black household, that's not happening.
It takes two people.
Yeah. So if I say to my wife right now, and I'm saying, hey babe, let's call the truce. You know what she's gonna do? Oh well, back in 1925, we live in the past. You know
See, that's the thing, right? When you call a truce, that means that, to me, that you're going to walk from that place forward with a new attitude, not doing the same kind of things that the reason why you had to call a truce.
It takes both
People
parties.
are talking about forgiveness and making truces, but they continue on with the same messed up behavior,
It takes two.
and
to
it doesn't
tango.
work like that.
It takes two to tango. It takes two to tango. As a man, my wife has cheated on me multiple times. I have cheated in my relationship, but guess what? I deal today.
When did I
You cheated on me many times.
when, Ken?
What?
When?
When you went to Missouri, you left me. I see on the videos.
I wasn't here. I left.
But
We
wait a
broke
minute.
up.
Before that happened, I looked on you, which corner. You were saying, I love you. You was taking showers naked. You were showing your butt.
That's a lie.
Oh, wait a minute.
I didn't. I never took no shower naked,
When
but
you
I
said
did
you-
show my butt in some underpants
No, okay, it doesn't make
in
sense.
a
You could
private
show a married
group
woman, though.
years ago.
No.
Yes, you're
What's
lying.
happening
Years ago.
Now, I don't go through her Facebook no more. I really don't care. All I'm trying to do, if that's my wife, I'm supposed to take, but on the grounds of adultery, on both of us, is a ground for divorce. You understand what I'm saying? So it can't make me a Britney. Yes,
Hi,
a man
Jelly.
knows. A man already knows, you know what I'm saying, what he has to do. You know, everybody knows how to do. A cheater's a cheater. I'm not gonna fall down and die.
You've been putting false witness on me for so long. You told the pastor and his wife that I was doing stuff too, and you lied to them. They were my friends, and you interfered with that. Anybody that comes in my life, you push them away. You
said
lie
the
on
pastor
me, and
his
you
wife.
push them away.
Let's get this straight. The pastor and the wife was asking me questions. I just answered them. I said, you have your issues. Like when you meet
You
people,
told them I was putting things in my vagina and putting
you was
witchcraft
putting
on
things in your
you.
vagina. You was.
You lied to them, Ken.
You
The
wasn't putting
context
things-
in
but
which
wait a
you
minute,
told
look.
them all
But
that
wait a
crazy
minute. Let's
stuff.
get into- let's
You
see what's
told
true.
them that I told them I was
See, man?
over their house, and you lied to them, and I
Hold on.
never told you that I was
Let's
over
not-
there.
let's not skip,
You
because
would do
women have
things
a
to
term,
discourage
I'm not telling
them
the truth, and this is what we
from
dealing
wanting
with.
me to be a part of their life.
All right, we don't have to argue. This is because you're on your thing, and you want to. So you say you used to put them round things up in your thing, didn't you? Yes or no?
They're yoni eggs.
Okay, so that's what I told him to put up in you. What's wrong with that?
Nothing
You
is.
said that I told him, but you said I lied on you. That's not a lie. It's the truth.
You said I was doing witchcraft on
You
you.
do witchcraft. You go
No,
to,
I don't.
I call it witchcraft. If they're pastors and you walking in the cemetery, And you take our daughters through the cemetery.
Appreciating life.
No.
Walking through a cemetery is witchcraft to
Absolutely
you.
witchcraft. It's sorcery.
That's a lack of, that's
I'm saying
ignorance.
biblically from what I know.
There you go.
Anything
Unevenly
fam,
yoked.
It's witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? So when you say I lie, I don't lie. I tell what you do. Like you can tell what I do. I don't have to lie. I'm a man.
But you
can
do
cheat
lie.
on
You
the
give
truth.
false witness on me many days.
Like what? Tell another.
You just said that I was cheating on you and doing stuff.
You
Many
cheated on me.
times I walk out of here, I'll go for a walk and come back in, and you think that I did a whole football team.
Well, Regina, and over in the 20 years, have you ever been outside our marriage in 20 years?
Yes.
Okay.
We've been married for over 20 years. I've left several times where we broke up
No,
and we
I'm
weren't
not talking-
together.
I'm talking about times when you
I
left
just
this house.
answered you, man.
Yeah,
I just
know.
answered
So
you.
you cheated. So in that point right there, it never been cleared up because it got worse.
We were
worse,
separated.
worse. But no. I'm talking about we together.
We
not
weren't,
separated.
no, we
Yes.
weren't together. I can do what I please if I leave
I
here.
have information.
And then the other thing too is that you were like, Papa was a Rolling Stone. How many people that,
I was.
exactly. And so now that you
was.
cleaned up your little act, got broken down and whatever, and you want to leave.
Broken down. You're not broken
You
down?
want to do whatever. Now you want to,
Well, hold on, hold on. Let me say that.
you want to
Broken
treat
down?
me like I'm a dog on a
Hold on,
leash.
Wait a minute though.
And you
Never
don't
got-
even want to leave the house because you think
That's not true at all.
that I'm doing something when you leave.
Not at all.
Do you realize how many times you pulled up and interfered in my live feed and expected me to be polite about it?
Because that don't put no money on the table. What
Right.
you do don't put money on the table.
Do you know why it doesn't?
Why?
Because you're interfering.
How many years you been doing this? How many years? And when the last time I interfered with your thing?
Oh my gosh.
No,
Let me
this is so
see.
true. Let me tell you something, baby. And you don't know. You need to stop because your whole audience notice you got some issues. Anybody look at you and talk. Got
I
issues, but
think
you-
that there's interference and that people are trying to make my audience
Cool.
think that I
But
may
why?
have issues. But
If
I'm
your
not,
audience is
excuse
listening to
me.
you, they just
Wait
as
one
nutty as you
second.
are.
That's perfect.
That's it.
That's
If they
perfect. That's
listen
all
to
we
what you're
need.
saying, because
I need people
we
as
supposed
nutty
to-
as me if
we
we're going to
supposed
get this
prosper.
done.
A woman supposed to be a woman. You try to outshine me. And when I say outshine,
I can't outshine you.
when I say
You're a man.
outshine,
I'm a
you
woman.
stand up like a man. You got a masculine spirit.
No, Ken, you just have low self-esteem. I don't have a masculine spirit. I'm a woman. I love being a woman.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You know you love being a woman. You want.
Oh, I enjoy being a woman. Oh my gosh. Oh yes. Oh yes.
When you
Yes.
say, hey,
Ooh.
Joey family, they definitely hear you. You can have me live all day. I love to talk to the family.
I
all day.
really love
Absolutely.
love
Yeah, love.
being a woman, especially
What is
when
love?
you have that kind of man that you get along with, and that you know,
Black
I
people
love the
don't
alpha
get
male
along.
too.
That's
It's just that you're not feeling well, and I'm not responsible any longer for you not feeling well. It's not my fault that you're not feeling well, okay? It's not my fault that you're the kind of man that you are, you know, and I'm not going to make myself small
let me ask
to
you
get
this
along
right
with that kind of. I want to appreciate you.
don't
I've
listen.
done everything I can to fit in between the ream that you have, you know, for your personality style and your lifestyle. And there is things that I appreciate you very much. I love the black man. I
Yeah,
love
when
the
I
way the
come home-
black man goes out and he goes and works. I'm a stay-at-home wife with 2 daughters, and I am so grateful for that. Okay, with the dynamics that we have with black men. But the thing is, right? Now this is the matrix. They think, some black men think that because they go out and they work and they bring home the food, that they're a superhero. No, you're doing what you should have been
So what
doing the
woman-
entire
what the woman
time.
supposed to do? That's right. You're absolutely right. But when that man go out and put in his 8 hours, shouldn't his house be somewhat clean?
Yes,
And shouldn't if you have kids, shouldn't the daughters do the same thing?
yes,
Okay, we shouldn't teach our women to be whores and tight shit.
absolutely not. But see,
but-
it's
let
not
me-
the
let me-
home
let
is
me
not a
finish.
workplace. It's a
You're
home.
not letting me finish though. What I'm saying to you, fam, is there's certain rules. No man should come in and be abusive towards his wife. He should.
But you
respect
do. And you do it off every day. I have to deal with your abuse, your verbal and mental. You're crazy.
Yeah, I'm crazy.
And I'm not supposed to respond to it. I'm supposed to be the little lady because now you're a Hebrew Israelite, you know, and all this other stuff. And you want me to forget about all your indiscrepancies, but you keep mentioning every indiscrepancy you even think I might have.
Listen, fam. I deal with truth, and guess what? If I think she's out doing something, she don't necessarily have to be doing it. But if you mention, she'll tell you every day. Anybody that she ever met, they say, "Yo, man, you better get away from her, because she do not want you. Everywhere she go, we can't even go nowhere. Because if I go, she's gonna disappear. I don't know what she's."
I'm supposed to feel guilty for
Not
wanting
at all.
peace and
Listen.
tranquility in my life.
Listen, I'm not. Listen. At the end of the day, that particular mental sash that you have, that's on you. You don't want to. If you don't want to escape that right there, it is. But guess what? You'll put that on somebody else. So yes, I take on a lot of your characteristics. You take on a lot of mine. But at the end of the day, I gotta respect all my black women. I love my black women. However, there's another component to play on the side. There's another particular group of people that live their life, and I ain't got nothing against that. All I'm concerned about is my fam. Anybody know me for Latin America, I'll die and go to hell for my fam. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about my daughters and I won't even say wife now, my person that I'm just with right now. Because if she can go on Facebook and put separated, that means that when you inbox, people say, hey, how you doing, beautiful? That's what we live by. At the end of the day, most women, take your wig off, take your eyelash off, be yourself, be who God made you be. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to be phony for other people.
Yeah, we already did that. They see me at my worst, you know what I'm saying, with my wig off and all that. Yes, they have. Okay, so and the thing is that you know, I'm really just done talking. I don't mean to be disrespectful, and this is really sad. I want nothing more than to be able to unleash all, tenderness and love and goodness and all those things that make, a relationship and a home that happy, special place. But you can't when you're unevenly yoked, and you can't when you don't trust each other, and you can't when there's so much, right? And so in this journey toward ascension, toward enlightenment, toward being real with ourselves and trying to hold on to a 20-year marriage with 2 daughters and trying to make up for a past where I was mind controlled, the dynamics are just freaking crazy, But each day I get better and better at being the person that I want to grow into being. And I share that honestly with these people that you're talking to right now. And I've been my most honest self, not necessarily with them, but with God, with the Creator, and then shared it with them. Ain't nothing going to take that away. Gang stalker, love bite, government, Vatican, Catholic Church, neighbors, none of y'all. And the only thing that I need is for those who are going through the same experiences. Yo, this is my show. You interfered with me. Okay?
There it is right there.
There you go.
Right.
This is Regina. This is Regina's rabbit hole.
So what
This is Cyber Buddha Medicine. This is talk therapy.
All the time.
There are so many different dynamics to my life. Even time travel. Loss of memory.
So you see what I do with my family. She thinks that she's the only one in the whole wide world. Oprah Winfrey.
You just said black people don't go through this because I'm poor, right?
Oprah Winfrey went through it. Child molestation. Look at her story. Many countless women would give you the right to say, woe's me.
The Creator appointed me to, because I'm speaking. I'm speaking for the dynamics of women. Hey, much love to you.
Not that dynamic.
You're speaking to the right crowd, baby.
Hey, listen.
They know you already because they know me.
I'm glad you do know I am a black man. So guess what? I don't fall for nobody.
There's the black man is beautiful. You're talking to the black man. You're talking to. You're talking to a wide.
I'm talking about mindset. My mind is renewed. I know the condition of my people. I understand the condition of a European.
Renewed to what? Did you get a reboot into something that you were already?
That I know about oppression. I know about who are my enemies. You understand what I'm saying? I know about. The Bible clearly tells you in Matthew 10 and 21, check it out, fam, about these ending times, that mother will come against daughter and father against son. You understand what I'm saying? These things are happening right now. They say a prophet will not be received in his own home. I'm not received. What have I done to tell my daughters? Don't be no hoe. Get your education. Do what you need to do. I got a wife back here who practices sexual misconduct. She don't even realize.
No, I don't.
Promiscuous behavior. You understand what I'm saying? Because if that's the case, you've been dancing for years. Your shit should be filled up. You know who inbox you? A bunch of guys. Hey, babe, and I heard you.
That is not even the kind of aura that I have, and no, they don't.
I don't listen.
I worked really hard for years to get. I worked really hard for.
Why don't you let her dance and tell her the truth about her dance? Why don't you tell my wife the truth about herself so maybe she can heal? Because if not,
my Qigong is a therapeutic dance movement. That's how I deal with all the feelings and emotions that I be going through. A place to put it so that our Creator Yah can deal with it. You don't know what I'm doing in there because you're not capable of understanding what it is that I'm doing when I dance. And that life is a dance. That what we're doing right now is a freaking dance of spirit. And intellect.
Truth.
Is it? Whose truth? Whose truth?
Truth. This right here is grass.
Truth is a matter of perception.
And I say this guy, you'll say, oh, it could be grass, but it's a form. No, that's grass. And the mindset of us, as me and you as a woman, you respect nothing that I say, and you want to run off on your own theories, your idea. You respect nothing that I say. Nothing I say.
Actually,
And it's been that way.
I do
You don't walk
respect
out the
what
house
you
2 or
say.
3 o'clock in the morning, whenever you're feeling anxiety. What if you feel anxiety? Why don't you go and pray? Why? I mean, I'm not understanding. Anybody that know me and know you, they know me and they know you. So people, the illusion is behind the scenes. They don't know you. They know you from there. Why don't you guys say, well, you know what? All my friends, let's meet together and get together and talk to understand. This is a trick.
Oh yeah, the smear campaign is also a part of the gang stalking
I
program.
want the gang, and just for them saying, who would say, what the hell? First of all, go to the hood about gang stuff. That's for rich people. You ain't rich. You don't care about your black gang stalking. What? If you was gang stalking, and if it were for real, you wouldn't be around. You know what you'd be? You'd be inside the institution.
You don't love yourself, and I'm so tired of dealing with it. Sharing that spiritual energy with you, and it's sad.
You're an illusion. That is an illusion of fake.
I
people.
can't
You
fix
meet
it.
The same people you might not even like, and you can talk all day on that computer.
I'm
I
not
used to do
looking
that
for the
same thing.
illusion. I'm looking for the real thing. You have to
fall in
go
love
through
with
the
that.
illusion to get to the real
You fall in
thing.
love with that. Yeah, you got me in a pickle for right
Actually,
now. But guess what?
I used to
I'm
be
strong.
in love with you, the illusion
So
of you.
then, so you used to be in love.
Used to.
We don't.
I mean,
what
I
is
love you, but I'm
What is
not in love with you. You
What is
knew that
love?
for a long time now.
Black people don't even know what is love.
Love?
Yeah, what is love?
It's when you can recognize yourself in the next person.
Love is not lying, no sexual misconduct, no stealing, no bearing false witness. Love your neighbor as yourself. That's the order. Before you can even cross the threshold or any other kind of love, you must.
Those are just symptoms.
No. Those are facts.
Those are
That's
symptoms
fair.
that you get when you love somebody, Ken.
If you don't
When
lie,
you
you
love,
love.
when you love yourself, you treat other people as you treat
I
yourself.
just said
Even
lying.
when the other people are sick.
Are you lying? Are
No.
You lying?
Yes, there's times when I
Okay,
lie.
Are you a liar?
Yes, and
you
that's
just
exactly,
repent for
that's
your
the
lies.
perfect point that I'm making, is that you see yourself and the others around you, circumstances and otherwise, okay? What does it take to become a gang stalker? What does it take to become a love bite? What does it take to become a disgruntled spouse? All is self. I'm a disgruntled spouse. Okay? I'm sick and I'm twisted inside. I'm frustrated with trying to make something work. That ain't gonna freaking work.
Everybody that's black
Frustrated
on
with
there,
looking for
I can
words.
guarantee you that
Where-
they're going through some kind. If they're not going, we're going through. But I can guarantee you, if they're in a relationship and they got a black woman, black man, I guarantee you, there's a problem. I can guarantee.
I don't believe that that's all that's true all the time. I think that that's the narrative they want us to have. I've seen some beautiful freaking couples through this internet. No. No, but my spirit, I'm empathic, which is one of the reasons why I'm being gang stalked, okay? And I'm empathic and I can feel people. And there's couples that I have experienced this glow from watching them,
You hear that? Watch.
okay? Yeah, and
That's not fact. Baby.
they make me aspire to want to be like them. But you need those raw materials to even fathom that it can happen. Can you fathom that can happen, Ken?
Hey, listen, I don't go in there and look. That's deceiveness. That's why that's deceive. Oh yeah, I look. This is what you just said. Oh,
Unevenly yoked.
No, you don't know them. You have to go and spend time with someone to see their personality.
This is our spiritual journey, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
But when you say something,
To thine own self be true.
Yeah. And I don't think that you're giving yourself. You are a beautiful person. You have that. I told you many times, hey baby, how you do this right here? You'll tell me and turn around that way. You know what I'm saying? I know I carry you on my back and my family. I carry myself. I carry the Most High to try.
And I appreciate it, but you wouldn't let me show you how I appreciated it. You were too busy trying to be the boss. No, that's not.
No, I'm talking about being a man. No, I'm too busy being a man and black.
No,
most
not
black
just
women
no.
don't like
there's
men being men.
no.
I'm
That's
a man.
that's not true.
No, I'm
That's
a
a narrative that you. I wish that they would stop saying. I think that many black women love the black man.
No, they don't.
Yeah, we love you being men, especially with all the offset with
Tell women take their
the
wigs off.
offset of spiritual energy that's going on right now with the male energies and stuff with the a lot of gays and transvestites and stuff.
It's not only women, it's the family, it's the man and the woman getting tricked off a Europeanized system and don't want to go back to the basics, you know what I'm saying? Or when you say enlightenment, the year of enlightenment is what? In 1500 when they came in control. We should be in history. You know what I'm saying? There should be no fighting. Why are we combating against one another? Because of the system. Because of the system. And it's never going to stop. It's not going to stop until the coming. The facts of the matter are there, fam. You understand what I'm saying? You'll see more. She know I don't approve of certain things. If I don't approve of you internet and connecting like that, why don't you still do it? So of course
Because I'm not a slave. Because it's something that gives me joy.
You're a slave to the system.
because it's something that I feel like was mandated to do, was to share these things that are going on via our evolution with other people that are going through it too, because there's so many lies out there that we need to stick together. Those people who are evolving, who are really changing, they got a freaking fight on their hands they would not freaking believe. And this is the fight and the struggle that I'm actually sharing with them, is the one that they said would not be televised.
And guess what? You'll be doing that for another 5 years. You'll be sitting on the same
I'll be
thing.
doing it
Anybody
indefinitely.
All right, so all this right, who's giving you, give you the solutions? Because you talk
Our Creator gives me the solutions. Our Creator
Who's
can.
your creator?
Yeah.
Who's y'all? I'm asking, the fam don't know. Who's y'all?
Why don't you answer them, Ken?
I'm just saying to you, because it's only one creator, but you have many creators. You do the sun worship.
I don't worship the sun,
If you're
Ken.
looking at it, getting stripped
That's a
from the
Sunday
worship.
worship, Ken. You
Okay,
don't even know
well,
what I do because you can't share that essence
if you
with
don't
me.
like when I talk, what
You're
I
making
know- It's
assumptions.
not no assumption.
That's an assumption.
You take ritual baths. You do a lot
That's-
bunch of ritual stuff. I see
Oh
you do
gosh,
it.
I repetitively take baths, and if you want to do wordplay, that is ritualistic because I competitively,
No, baby.
I
You don't
take baths often
No, you take salt baths, vinegar baths. You do a
to
ritual.
remove negative spiritual energy,
You have to renew your
baby.
mind.
What?
It's the renewing of the mind, because the spirit. In order to get that, you have to renew the mind.
That's
And the
not
thinking.
demonic. I utilize the tools which we're taking out of our church. We go to the churches
Church is never-
to be able to be mentored and be able to
Church
deal
is
with
the
our
devil.
spiritual
Church is of the devil.
energies,
It's of the
okay?
devil. It's Sunday
This is the
worship.
way my conversations go with him, where it's shouting. You see the energy there? That demonic energy, the shouting and stuff?
We talk loud though.
No, that's
Black people
unacceptable.
have, oh, we don't.
I don't
So when
see
we
this
dance-
behavior with every black person and with every black couple. That is a lie from the pit of the coldest place in hell.
So we're not loud people, huh? Soulfully we are. We're
Yeah,
supposed to
we can be
king-
loud. We're
supposed to
loud.
be king, priest, and princess of
Ken,
the
do you,
earth.
hun, do you understand that this kind of energy is not productive at all?
So
It's
the
not.
gang-stalking energy was productive?
I was sharing how counterproductive the gang stalking energy
And what is
is.
the solutions to your gang stalking that you're talking about? Because
This-
you're going forever.
Okay, well, the solution, okay, would be for us to stick together, for me to start getting donations, for me to have a house or a place where we could come, like an inn, you know. We have our meals, we get together, we patch each other up, and then we send each other back into the world after we learn and stuff
reality,
like
though?
that. Yes, it is. If those people, if other people can do it, why not us?
What I'm saying to you is, and you go with every black person, you ask them.
And I think it's not too unrealistic for me to think that I will be able to meet up with people like-minded to myself. That I
So
will.
you might need to keep that to yourself, so you probably don't make yourself look how any kind of way you keep to my gang sign. That's in your psyche. So now.
Can the people that are evolving spiritually right now, they're being gang stalked
Okay, so
because the government is watching them.
Okay, and they've been gang stalking us since Black Power. They've been gang stalking since we became slaves over here. So I don't understand the trick.
Intel, it's sort of the same thing, but no, it's not. It's similar to what happened with the Black Panther Party and Martin Luther King, and the tactics that they use are very similar.
Listen,
Please read the book Soul Catcher.
Nearly full of a soul catcher is nothing but that Indian thing where you put the what you come with the wild.
No, Ken, that's not what it is.
All right, so-
I mean, that is a soul catcher. That's a dream catcher. That's not a
So when I
soul
say
catcher. Excuse me. Soul Catcher is a book that talks about gang stalking and the government program of gang stalking.
the government, the Bible says.
And you said you don't care. That's why you don't even know. You don't know as much about me as these people do watching me. And we live
So
together.
guess what?
And I share my body with you, and you don't know half as much about me as these people. You remember what happened to me when I was all messed up years ago before I realized that they were controlling my brain with the gang stalking technology, you know, the voice to skull technology, and how they can confuse you and stuff like
You
that.
don't even know what you're talking about. You have to talk to a like-minded audience when you're
People
talking
are
about
not as, I don't deal with stupid people. These people understand what I am speaking about because they study similar
Did anybody ever
subjects.
send you a donation for your thoughts? How long
Not
you
yet, but I have
How long
hope that we
how long
will.
you been with that family?
I don't know why my energy is still blocked. I believe that this might be one of the reasons why my energy is still blocked.
Really?
The cards say so. I didn't tell you.
cards?
Yeah.
You say, "Yah."
I
We
kept
don't
trying to
believe in
work
that.
with this
You know what I'm
energy
saying,
because
fam?
I didn't have
The
anywhere
Bible
else to
doesn't
go.
believe in sorcery. So she said her card, the bath, the dancing. And the Yah considered that all demonized. All that's demon. So that's what I live with. You've been doing this for years and years and years.
Actually, our Creator does have appointed people that dealt with kings, just like David and Joseph.
What's your point, though?
The
You don't
point
deal with
is that
sorcery at all.
it's not
That is
sorcery.
sorcery what you're doing. Ask your fam right there.
That's a matter of interpretation.
No, that's a
What
fact.
I feel like, why are you yelling so much? I keep trying to tone it down.
You ever-
No, you're obnoxious. You're not just
Now you're calling
loud.
me names.
I'm sorry, but
I
I'm
know,
just being
that's
honest.
what I go through. She called me names.
Right.
She
If
knows
I
me
get
go through-
honest, now I'm at fault.
now
You
you
see
said-
what happens?
But you just called me obnoxious. I call you any
I didn't even answer the question that you asked
Did
me.
I call you any names?
You're being obnoxious.
And you're not?
No.
Okay, so we're being not, but it's not the point. The point, you have an audience, right? And they want to deal with the truth, right? And after a while, I'm not antagonizing you. You want to step in and support to try to expose me? No, I'm a black 56-year-old man. You understand what I'm saying? Going through, yes, a lot is my fault. I'm not blaming. In the relationship, it's 50-50. It's 50% her fault, it's 50% of mine. Why? Because I allowed it. I could have been walked away, but that's not what it's about, fam. When I took her for better, for worse, that's what I do. I'm not going to let a European system change me from the love of my family. That's what's happening. Yeah, I have 8 kids, 5 baby mothers. So I made a commitment 20 years ago when I got in a relationship. For anything, I'm not going to go and make another baby, another one. I'm going to stand here and deal with this fire. And that's what it is. And I will prevail, as I always do. And as she says, oh, you're getting medical issue breaking down? Absolutely I am. But she don't understand.
And I've been helping you with those things.
No,
And
well, let's
I have
talk
been
about that.
helping as much as I can
Now,
with
you
those
went to one of
things.
my doctor's appointments.
No,
Okay, why not?
I don't go to doctors
You're
myself.
gonna have to go to the doctor. That's the family dealing with that. When you have to go to, you went to the doctor recently. A couple months ago, you right there, urgent care. So how you don't go to the doctor?
When did I go to urgent
You know
care?
when you and Kalila went there. You don't remember when you went to the doctor?
I went to the doctors, or
You don't- you
Kalila
don't
went to the
remember going to
doctors?
Urgent care?
Kalila went to the
You
doctors.
went to, both y'all went there, and Kalila said you was crying because the doctor said, why you cough, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't make a difference.
That was Kalila went to the doctors. I will go to the doctors. I don't like the doctors, and I prefer not to use the doctors.
We all do.
Excuse me. And the other reason why I haven't been a support to you when you go to the doctors is because most of the time throughout the day, if there's 24 hours in a day, 18 of it you're speaking to me in this tone. The same personality that you're giving, most of it is that. And I'm after over 20 years, I'm like, pfft, you know,
Right.
I'll help you deal with whatever it is that you have as much as possible. But I'm no longer trying to drain myself to get you there.
Absolutely.
Because I love myself
Absolutely.
and I see myself or the person that I used to be in you, and even parts of myself that I don't want and parts of myself that I do want. There's attributes that you have, things that I want. I told you before, there's parts, excuse me. I don't have to clean anything up. We're all dirty here, okay? Excuse me. There's things about you that I rather enjoy and I dig, okay? And there's things about you that I don't. And I feel that same way about myself and any other person that I look at. And that's real.
So,
The thing is, when you have a partner, you should be able to take those things. You should be able to surfboard on those things that you enjoy. Excuse me. You should be able to surfboard. Excuse me. You should be able to surfboard on those things you like about your partner.
I want to share something with you, right?
But if you're not evenly yoked, you ain't
Man,
sailing
man,
nowhere.
We've been saying that for, how long have we not sat with you? How long have we not shared the same bedroom? How many years?
10?
10 years we haven't shared the same bedroom. Correct? We've been going through, when I first met you day one, we never got along from day one. Day one, we haven't got along.
Yeah.
So to say now, because you work as a single woman, you don't work as a wife. You're not wifey.
That's not true.
So
That's
let me finish.
evolution.
Can I finish?
No, I don't mean not being wifey
Well, when I
material.
say-
I am
well,
wife
no,
material.
I
We're
won't
just
say wife
unevenly
material.
yoked, and it's
You
unfortunate.
You live like how a single woman lives, and that's the problem. I'm a traditional man. No, I'm not no slave driver. I'm a traditional man.
No, you're
You
a slave
understand?
driver.
No,
You
no.
really are.
No, if I'm a
You
slave driver-
got
if I am-
issues.
if I-
That's
if-
why one of our daughters jetted, and the other one is like, what?
She jetted because she wanted to jet. And let
Okay.
me tell you something. If one of my children do what they want to do, I put my foot in there. Watch
You
out.
say that
No,
you're
you ask me, no,
traditional and that
I am
know
traditional. I'm not perfect.
you're
but
over
I'm
the top,
traditional.
Ken.
Huh?
you're over the top to the point where it
Absolutely, I
becomes
might be.
abusive. Yeah,
you
and
know,
confused. Yeah.
you use the word abusive.
I keep trying to save my own face by not using certain words with you because it's embarrassing to me.
Really?
People are like, "What the fuck are you still there for?"
Likewise, so hold on,
Right.
But what people are saying that? So then, what the fuck am I doing here? Because see this house right here, 10 years, we've been here. I've been holding it down. And guess what? You don't want to give me no money. So right now, fam, it's hard times. Guess what she's talking about? Oh, you're supposed to be doing this right here. I'm only human. If I get physically sick and mentally, I'm only human. Can I back? But here go my wife. You hear her talking? This is the stage of our black women. Oh, you did this. Pick it up. If I put everything...
Ken, give me something to hold on to.
There's nothing to hold. Right now, fam, we're right. It's only a matter of time. I'm good. I'm good.
20 years, no hugging, no kissing, no take you don't take you out.
For what? For the next man? I'm not doing none of that. If I go out, guess what? She'll disappear.
If I go to the store, he panics if I'm out too long.
It's called separation anxiety, fam, and it comes from a woman.
And then when I come back in, this is the personality that I'm left to warm me.
Right. Who got the big king size bed?
Me.
How long have you had it? The last 10 years. Where I sleep at?
On the sofa.
On the sofa. Huh? Ever thought about that?
Yeah, often.
And listen, and what do? You keep your room door closed, right?
Yup.
And what you doing in the room? Why would you be doing in there? On the internet, fam? Because there's always somebody going to inbox and say, I love you. So my insecurities come because...
I be learning.
No.
I be about my business.
Yeah.
I be learning.
Everybody know. Listen, and listen. I have talked. Not only
I be sharing inbox material.
And the thing about it, she think it's funny, but guess what, fam? We'll see in 5 years. We'll see.
No, they think it's. I know they think it's funny because I'm always about my business, and I'm not that chick that you described me as. That's why I think it's funny.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so you've been here all day, right?
Yes.
Because I'm supposed to go to work, right? What you do all day?
I went to the unemployment.
Walk your fam through the kitchen.
Excuse me. I went to the unemployment office and I took a math test.
Did you clean today? Did you cook anything? Did you do any laundry?
Nope.
There's people that's homeless, don't got nothing.
Right.
You take this for granted. And guess what, fam? It's about to be a wrap. It's about to be a wrap. She don't want to give every month. I got to struggle, but she gives me a little of this and keep a bunch of it and get to put hundreds in her pocket every month. And every time I get my paycheck, fam, it goes straight in here. Like right now, she can't give me nothing, and I'm not really asking her. Guess what? It's a team thing. And so when a black man falls physically, mentally, guess what? He ain't no good anyway. Well, it's likewise. But I'm not saying that about she's strong, she has it, what's going on, but she got to get off the internet shit. She got to deal with life on life terms. Fam don't know what I deal
I'm
with.
dealing with life on life's terms,
Fam
and there's
don't know what I
times
do, but guess
when
what? If Jell's up there, she know what it is. If your family up there, they know what it is. But it's not about that. We all got issues. I'm not saying that I don't have any issues, but guess what? I'm a man to admit and say
like
that I do.
your smear campaign, how it's like so important for
I got
you
go, fam.
to make everybody feel like I'm a certain kind of person.
I want to kill
And
myself. How
I
many
can't
times you say you
wait.
wanna kill yourself?
I didn't say that shit.
But how many
And
times
I
have you
can't
said
wait until I can prove to the people who are worthy to be in my life and I'm worthy to be in theirs that I'm not that type of person and get away from this kind of energy that's stifling what I'm doing. It makes a joke and a mockery out of everything that I do because you want to stay in a particular space in your life. And that's how you end up doing the work of the white man for them. That's okay. That's okay. There's a lot of things that I'm not saying. I'm not going to feed into it to try to prove my point or say anything that's going to make things seem like they're better for me and worse for him. I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay, so hopefully the footage with the helicopters that were circling the house and while I was trying to crochet, I can upload them now. It's like... So I came back here to crochet and to let you know what happened to me earlier. And yeah. So one of the things that they use in the gang stalking program is character assassination. It works really well. The other thing too is that the attention span of people when they learn, like a lot of us, they want us to feel like we're stupid. that that we're not going to get it. It's a microwavable age, and yes, it's true that you know, when you're surfing through the YouTube, that first 3 to 5 seconds, that if it's not entertaining, a lot of people will just shut it off. But there's that other percentage of people, and those are the people that I'm talking to, okay? Those are the people that are gonna get the stuff done. Those are the people that are changing the matrix, that are intellectually inclined to push past those. It's like data mining is attached to the empathetic part, you know, that psychic part of self, where you just like, you know what, you're looking at something, you're looking at somebody, and something seems off, and normally your lower vibration self would have had turned that off and flicked past it because it wasn't anything spectacular that was going to hold your attention. But something inside of you spiritually says, you know, I'm just going to listen. I'm just going to listen. There's something here. And if there isn't anything here, I'm just going to learn. I'm going to hone in on my skills to listen to somebody other than myself, to cultivate empathy. You know, like you'll utilize whatever opportunity that you can to learn and to grow. Those are the people that I'm talking to. You. Much love to you and yours. This is Siren Buddha Medicine, Talk Therapy. And this is Regina's Rabbit Hole, where a number of things can happen. Much love to you and yours. Thank you for joining me and listening to me share my life with you and all its multifacetedness. I'm out.